The Black Jaguar White Tiger Foundation, located in Mexico City, started with a single phone call and a single feline cub. In 2013, Eduardo Serio received a call from his cousin about a black jaguar cub about to be sold as entertainment for tourists. Eduardo rescued the cub, naming him Cielo. This sparked the beginning of the Black Jaguar White Tiger movement. While many of his rescues came after the Mexican government banned animals in circuses, the rest came from people who owned them as pets and couldn't care for them. That's right, it's legal to buy and own wild felines in Mexico. Fast forward to 2018, and Black Jaguar is now home to over 330 felines and 250 other species.
What we do basically is we try to create awareness through social media videos and posts about how all types of animals have feelings. So like usually when you think of a lion or a jaguar, you think of these massive, like cold killers. So what we're trying to do is show the people the inside world of them so that they can get attached to them and start to protect them in the wild.
And how was the idea behind Black Jaguar White Tiger born?
It was, in Mexico we have a word called generación espontánea, a term, a spontaneous generation. That means like, for example, if you win the lottery, suddenly you have like 300 cousins that you've never met, and now they're all your cousins. That's a spontaneous generation. And the foundation happened like that. I just rescued Cielo, my first baby. She's a black jaguar. And then 3 months later, they sent me a tigress, and then they sent me a leopard, they sent me a lioness, and then 300 later. But I never thought of it.
Yeah.
It just happened.
It just kind of organically.
A spontaneous generation.
Right. And when did Ranch 1, your first ranch, get built? How many animals did you have when that started?
Well, the thing is that I just rescued Cielo, like I was telling you. My idea was to go with her and live in Cancun, Mexico. Right. But then when I got those four, I started to look for land in Mexico. And then I got her, I think we bought it like 3 years ago. Okay. And then I started to buy more land, acquire more land, and things like that.
And what happens like when a circus shuts down? Where do the animals go if they're not going to you?
We shut down the circus just 2 years ago. My friend Antonio Frangiuti,
yeah,
has the biggest heart, he was in charge of that law. He's an animal activist, but a true one. The guy sometimes starves to death in order to do some things.
Yeah.
So I really admire him. So we passed that law almost 3 years ago. So there's no problem regarding circuses anymore.
Right.
But at the time I rescued like 150 in 2 months, and the rest, because there was a loophole in that law that Antonio and I were trying to prevent, and the Congress didn't the Congress amended that 7 months later, so they killed like 700 or 800 animals. They made furs out of them and sent them to China legally.
Oh
because they didn't pay attention to me. I presented that amendment in March and they passed it in October.
What about illegal breeding? Is that like a big problem?
Illegal? No.
No, not with, I'm saying in Mexico.
No, it's not. No. That's the only thing that we have to change. That's why I'm not very proud of our Congress. They should shut down breeding facilities because nobody breeds illegally.
Oh, it's legal?
You can buy legally a lion for $2,000. You as a Canadian can buy a lion, not from me because I don't have the license by the way, but from any breeding place in Mexico, which are like 100. So if a lion costs $2,000, why buy them illegally? They're cheaper than a dog.
Yeah.
Well, that's certain dogs.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, so they should shut down Semarnat and Profepa, Ingeniero Paquiano, and us. We've been trying to pass that law, but they just take it down.
So you're also doing a new program with the Mexican government right now where you're trying to reintroduce native animals into Mexico. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. We're the first sanctuary for big felines in Mexico. Mm-hmm. And we have an incredible relationship with the 2 Mexican agencies that are in charge of natural environment and the police environment, the environmental police.
Yeah.
And we have, so with them, we have a program of reproducing with goals of reintroducing into the wild Mexican animals like jaguars, pumas, ocelots, margais, and Mexican birds like eagles and the horned ones. So we already Sorry about my bronchitis is killing me.
Yeah.
So we already introduced two of the horned ones, and we're gonna introduce two more in like a couple of weeks. And that's all we've done. We've reproduced some of our guys, but they're not ready to be released.
Yeah, and so for something like with jaguars, how would that work? They would be obviously in a separate area.
But if you want to reintroduce something like an animal into the wild, it's a different protocol. There's no contact, because if not, it won't work.
Yeah.
You just release them and they'll be killed in 10 minutes,
Yeah.
no?
Yeah.
So it's completely different things. We have a book this big of protocols, of rules, of what to do, what not to do. I'm telling you this big. I have the best scientists in the world for that.
Really? And has the government started to cooperate a little bit more now with what you're doing? Like,
Oh, absolutely. Since day one.
Since day one, okay.
I went and knocked on their doors.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, we have a sanctuary. If you need anything from us, we're here to help.
Oh,
and they love us. We love them. We have a very special relationship with them.
And what does a typical day look like for you?
Trouble. Like I wake up and then so I have to overlook everything. You have to understand that everywhere in the world, it doesn't matter if you're in Germany, if you're in Mexico, if you're in Canada, like nobody knows for sure how a lion or a tiger will react. So we have, even though we have the best team possible, we always have to be improvising. So that's how it goes. It's improvisation after improvisation after improvisation, of course backed up by science, like medicine, food, things like that, no? But everything, in order to be happy, you have to improvise in life. Whether you're a human or you're a dog, or you have to make the best out of it.
Have you ever sensed when they're agitated? How do you handle that if you're...
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Look, we take care of more than 300 big felines. I only interact with 120, 130, something like that. So, but even like I'm alive because I pay attention. So it's my responsibility to know if they're in a bad mood, if they're in a good mood. And if they're in a bad mood, there's no point of like, if you're in a bad mood, I don't want to argue with you. Like
right.
I should just leave you and walk away. You know?
Smart man. Yeah.
And that's what I do. It's respect above everything.
Yeah, for sure. So what are some of the challenges that you face then on a daily basis, just running something this incredible and big?
Well, let me tell you something. I think if I didn't have my kids, I'll kill myself because I don't have anything else to do. Yeah. I've lived a very happy life before them. Obviously, after them, I've been happier. So I really don't want anything else in the world for me. Like I've had it all, so to speak.
Right.
And so I forgot what you were asking. Sorry, my bronchitis is killing me.
Some of the challenges that you face.
The challenges.
Yeah.
So the thing, even though it's a super happy thing that I'm doing, it's not all cute. So imagine paying for 300 big felines.
Right. Yeah.
So getting the money, and then I'm very happy for this, but we're a very controversial sanctuary because we do things thinking out of the box.
Yeah.
So then you have to sort things out, and everything is political.
Do you want to maybe tell people how, not necessarily in dollar amount, how much it costs for an animal, but in how much you're feeding them in pounds of chickens or whatever?
Of course.
Yeah.
We buy over 4,000 pounds of meat every day.
Wow.
So imagine just the cost. I don't know how much it costs in Canada, but in Mexico it's a lot.
Yeah.
Imagine 4,000 pounds of meat every day. Plus salaries of, I don't get a salary. The board of the foundation doesn't get a salary. My assistants, we don't get a salary. The workers do. Yeah. The animal caretakers, the vets. But the vets are part of not the vets, the animal caretakers, the construction workers, the security guys. As you saw, we have armed security everywhere. So that costs.
And you have a team of 60, you said, right?
It fluctuates between 55 or 70, 75, depends on the construction that we're doing.
Yeah, and the Mexican government doesn't really help out with finance.
They haven't given us any money except one governor of a state. I don't know if I'm able to say it, but he did it publicly. So Governor Rubiel from the state of Mexico, he gave us a donation. I'm very thankful, very honored for his support, and the rest of the government they give us their support. They try to help us out. We work together in programs, but money-wise, they haven't donated yet. That should change. No, but I love them with all my heart, and we have an incredible relationship.
And how do you think the average person can help with that? What do you think the average person can do?
First of all, by being nice.
Yeah.
Like, even if you follow us or you don't follow us, you don't have to be stupid and terrible towards animals or towards your planet. Like, why pollute? Why be a bad person? Why be an idiot? If you can just be normal and just live your life. If you don't want something, just go. If you like something, support it. So as long as you take care of yourself, take care of your surroundings, then everything will start expanding. So that's how people can contribute to my cause. At the end, we're living in the same planet. If you do well in Canada and I don't know you, you're doing something great for my planet.
That's right.
So that's it. You're contributing to my life, even if I don't know you.
Something you want your fans to know, maybe, so we can give a call to action and they can start to donate?
Well, I would invite you, if you feel like it, to look at our videos on our Facebook or Instagram, which is facebook.com/Jaguar and Tiger. Or in Instagram is Black Jaguar White Tiger. We have almost 10 million people between the two platforms. And in case you like what you see, well, you're welcome to donate, right? But don't do it if you don't feel like it.
Are you doing any more raffles or any of that?
Yeah, always. We have to keep improvising.
Okay.